So here we have a neck. I've already said that the angle on the ends of these frets is way, way, way too acute, so we're going to have to level the frets. This is an incredibly crappy plastic nut, understandably, so we're going to have that out, and yes, Howard will have to knock that with a screwdriver just to loosen any glue, and it might shatter, but you know, it's crap, so it doesn't matter. We'll be taking that out, and we're going to have a play around with the truss rod and see. In its current state, it's not flat, it's not level. So while we are here, well, we need to level the frets to get rid of that angle, and we'll see just how bad the neck itself is.
So I'm going to try and get the nut out. Gentle taps and try and break the glue joint. Let's see how this goes. Thank you very much. This end.
Yeah, that's gone.
Yeah, I heard it. And then let's just give it a pull. There we go.
Nice.
Straight up. I'm going to try and straighten the neck out. Crimson Guitar's notched straight edge. These are the Crimson notched straight edges are designed to fit most scales, Fender and Strat and Gibson and all the rest. So
PRS.
PRS. There we go.
Fender and Strat. There actually was a dual action truss rod in here, and there is no light under any of those bits of straight edge, which means that the neck is level. You can watch all of I've got many more videos on how to level frets and do fretwork and crowning and all of that, so check those out. But in general, and basically, Howard needs to mask off the fretboard so we don't do any damage, then use permanent marker on the top of each fret, and then one of our Crimson Guitar's fret leveling files to level the frets, and crowning files which we also make to recrown them, etc. Anyway, I'll stop talking because you'll see all of this in a minute.
I've masked up, and what I'm going to do first is check just how bad these frets are, or if they're bad at all. So, Crimson Guitar's fret rocker, available in the shop. Yes, I know, but let's face it, I've got to make some money somewhere. Straight away, fret 2 is ever so slightly high. Same again, that seems flat. Again, high. That one's low, I can see light. High. It's alright. High. High. So on and so forth. So it's going to need a fair amount of grinding here. All the way down, it feels like pretty much every other one is up and down. So when I started as a luthier, Ben wasn't making tools at the time, so there were no Crimson Guitar tools. So I ended up with an entire workshop of Stewmac tools, and to be honest, I didn't know the difference at the time. They were just tools that, you know, I just got on with what I was doing. But Now, Crimson Guitars are making all the tools you could possibly need. The grade difference is phenomenal. I mean, the grade of the Stewmac is so high. It means that actually it's so rough, and you can hear the chatter, and I don't know, it's not great. So what we'll do is we'll mark up the frets, and then we'll get to grinding. Okay, so I marked all the frets up. We're going to give this a go. This is the Stewmac. This is, I don't know if you can see that there. It's a really, really deep grade. You should just be able to hear it. I mean, that is. Well, let's see if you can hear the difference. I mean, you can see the grade there is much finer, and you should be able to hear. This is just so much. The other thing about the Crimson ones, they're so much easier to hold. The ergonomics of them is so different. And of course length, the Crimson guitars fret width are 7 inches long. I haven't clamped this down because I'm working very gently, and as Ben said, if we were to clamp it, you can probably see as I push down it rocks, and the whole thing isn't quite level, and we didn't want to risk putting it out of shape and creating shapes that weren't there, or that won't be there when it's flat. So, anyway, I'm going through this. There's lots of videos you can watch on fret leveling, so I'll get on with this and we'll come back to you in a minute. We've got some flat frets now. It took a while. There was a big step and a big dip and lots of other things, and I discovered just how different the grade between the Crimson files and the Stewmac file. The Stewmac file is such a high grade. It's even higher grade than our fretboard leveling files, which obviously are designed for wood, and there's designed to take away chatter and everything else, but it just left a really rough, really bumpy job. So what we're going to do now is we've got fret leveling and fret crowning files, nice ergonomic files, and as we've said a few times on this video, there's lots of fret dressing and fretting videos along with the guild and on YouTube and so on and so forth, so you don't need to watch all of this. I'm going to show you bits and pieces, and then I'm going to disappear off again. Really nice to use these ergonomic handles and all the rest. And then we've got the fret end dressing file, so we're just going to take the corners off, 1, 2, and then round the ends off. Just take away all the sharp edges and give us a nice smooth finish.